Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shut Door. Door should have come back to you with episode 15 of A Step Back. And today, I have moved the metals to downstairs just because I wanted to be able to access them anyway. Blocks and everything still up here. I've moved quartz into this, and I've also put a facade here so you can see there's an external storage bus back here. But I'm actually going to put a wireless transmitter, which is crafted like this, right here. Okay? And I'm gonna grab at refined. What are these called? Covers? They're not called facades. That's why. And I'm actually going to cover this up for right now. I guess I can't cover it, can I? All right, let's grab more of these. Cover. And I should be able to cover that. There we go. And we'll put range upgrades and stuff in there. But what we want to grab is a wireless crafting grid. This thing right here. I believe, how do I do this? Okay, it's linked. So just right clicking on the controller and then coming over to the energetic infuser, we'll start powering this thing. All right. And then I don't think we have like a bauble slot that this can go into. So this is like, we have to keep it in our inventory. But basically this allows for us to use this crafting grid, or basically the system, not just this crafting grid, wirelessly, right? So I can go up to 16 blocks away. So I'm up here, you know, if I'm in the tinker's room and I'm like, oh man, I need to make some bronze alloy, you know, I can grab copper. I was typing in copper. Copper, you know, I could grab 10. Wireless is fantastic. We have access to all our items at a go, and also we can craft here as well, so that's fantastic. Alright, so what I want to get going today is hopping bonsai. Of course, also don't forget to set this to JEI synchronized, so you can actually search JEI while you're trying to do this. Alright, so hopping bonsai. There we go. Let's bookmark this. And we're going to want to craft up, I think, 9. That sounds good. If I can click the search bar here. Hopper. And we're just going to craft up... Ooh, is that recipe not working for some reason? No idea why that's not working. That's alright. So there's 5 hoppers. We're just going to need a few more chests. Alright. Let's toss those in there. Alright, so there's 9 of those. And then we take... we can just do the recipe here. Alright, so there's 9 of those. We're going to grab a chest. We're actually going to need a decent chunk of chests here. Actually, I guess we could kind of make this a little bit more interesting. And then funnel this all into a diamond chest. And I think I just want to throw this right here for right now. So what my thought is we could put the chest here, and then hoppers, if I can place any of them correctly. I placed one correctly so far. All right, and we just funnel all of this stuff into the hoppers. And then with the bonsai pot, we put these all down. Get rid of that torch. Put the torch up here probably. And then we can grab some dirt. Do I have any grass? I have 1 piece. We'll be fine. Alright, so dirt. And then oak saplings. We could just plant an oak sapling in each one of these. Perfect. And that's kind of just a mini little tree farm, right? There's no power needed. It's going to take about 30 seconds for each one of these to grow, but over time, we'll get a decent chunk of wood. Fantastic. All right. Now, the next thing I want to do with this is actually transport the items, right? I don't have enough ender pearls to make ender chests or anything like that, so this also... no, it's not in the way. I mean, this is our tinker's room. Front door's there. Yeah, this is okay. So we're going to get oak wood, sticks, and then sometimes leaves, and then apples. Let's see. I want to grab a servo. So we've got the reinforced servo here. And I probably want to grab a trash can. And let me get rid of these tools. I don't know why I have these on me right now. So I can actually keep this in my hotbar. And get rid of that as well. And let's grab some item ducts. Alright, so here, crescent hammer. Doodly-doo. There it is. Nope, wrong thing. This thing. And we'll just detach that. And actually, I think if we grab a receiver, is that what it's called? At thermal dynamics. If we actually grab a filter, I think that's what I want. Let's actually go for a reinforced filter. So this thing right here. Instead of filtering there, we're going to filter here, and we're going to filter out sticks, and then saplings and oak leaves, right? So we're going to do this, this, and this. Whitelist, infinite, and then here, we're going to do ignored. Everything's going to get pulled out over time, and it's only going to be able to go into here. Cool? Cool. So now we have this kind of being able to be filtered. We probably want to then get a drawer. Let's see here. I think I have a normal drawer somewhere. A drawer. And some saplings. Not some saplings, what am I thinking? Another drawer. That's what I was kind of thinking as well. Alright. There's a basic oak drawer. And we're definitely not putting that in the system. Let's actually quickly grab apples and logs so we can just, you know, put stuff in here. And then... what was I... oh, this thing. Completely spaced for a second on what I was doing there. Then we'll need a key so we can lock these two things. And let's quantify those by doing that. Perfect. Okay. Get rid of this stuff. We'll now need to get some item ducts. More of these item ducts. We're just going to go for the opaque ones. And we're going to say nearest first, which will be this. And then we'll make a line. I'm actually thinking we want to probably go behind this controller. Which, you know, I think it's fine if we have some stuff running on the ceiling, pipes-wise. Alright, where in the world would I come in at? Right about here? No, one up. Okay. We're going to have some pretty not great wiring here, but that's okay. Alright, so we're going to start here. We're going to end back there. Alright, let's just wrench that. This is definitely looking pretty already. And then go up behind. Perfect. Alright, let's grab some stone real quick here. I thought there was thermodynamic covers. At thermal, structure duct, I think. Yeah, this thing right here. If you take this recipe is not disabled, by the way. It's hidden in JEI because it's kind of a lot. And you can actually get some stone covers. Yeah, I didn't really want to have an absolute ton of ducts just visible. Or the stone covers visible in JEI, just because genuinely that is really annoying to scroll through pages upon pages of these things. And I probably could have moved this up one and just used the stone covers. I really could have. I probably still could, but I'm okay. All right, so now everything should be filtering out. And then the other thing is we have that stuff in the system still, right? Let's actually fix that, because that's going to bug me. And then here I should be able to place a cover. Perfect. All right, so disk. Let's type in that. I believe it's this disk manipulator. So we're going to need storage housings, 2 of those bad boys. We're going to then need a construction core and a deconstruction core, disk manipulator, and we're going to just plop this down right about... Actually, let's just plop it up down here. Right there. Perfect. All right, so we're going to take our disk drive, and we're going to empty out some items. Of course, this is definitely not going to be fast because we don't have any speed or acceleration upgrades. But if we go upstairs here, you can see that we are slowly trickling logs into the system because they were placed in the disk itself. So that's pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure the way this is set up that we will never have anything go into the actual drawers. Like once this is full, this will start filling up, and that's going to just prevent anything from going. So that's a good thing because we don't want anything flooding our systems. So keep that in mind. In the world is this stuff? Different discs? Okay, cool. I don't even know. I was just looking. But quickly here, if we wanted to, we could actually grab an acceleration, I think. Or is it stack? I mean, stack upgrade's probably a good idea. Yeah, this thing right here. So we've got the speed upgrades. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go for 5. All right, then we ran out of quartz-enriched iron. That's what we just did. There we go. And then these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to take this speed upgrade and also use it. Because I think you can use a speed upgrade in here. And we're just going to take this out, throw this in here, and that is done. Okay, once it stops going down, it means it's done doing what it's supposed to be doing. And we should have quite a few logs in the system. 266. And this should slowly but surely go up, which is fantastic. And I think I'm just going to keep these sticks for now. Awesome. All right, what's next? Well, I think we really need to look at getting some sort of stoneworks. Very, very rudimentary stoneworks, I think, but I think we should look into it. I'm also going to get rid of these furnaces. Kind of clean up a little bit around the base. Oop, not my hammer. All right, let's throw this away. Let's also just kind of move this stuff over. I think that's a fine idea. We'll keep the crafting station here. There we go. All right. So what we want to look at next is figuring out stoneworks. Stone. Let's just look up stone, right? So stone can be made, of course, by a furnace. Cobblestone in a furnace. You also have the Material Stoneworks Factory from Industrial Foregoing. The Igneous Extruder can actually make stone right away. I mean, that doesn't sound terrible. And I don't want to do this with a actually additions crusher, because at the same time, while it would be, you know, able to do, or the furnace, right, it would be slow. And we want to kind of have something that's a little speedy. So igneous, let's just look up extruder. So this extruder here, oh, I forgot I had modular routers in this pack. Oh well. What is this? You can make sand. Oh, that sucks. If you wanted to do, I mean, well, actually, I guess it doesn't. If you have a water source, yeah, this thing right here. If we were to get, can we actually make this? What do we need? Hardened glass. So obsidian. I think I have obsidian down here. And then what else was it? Obsidian and lead. So if we actually grab, I'm assuming this one's lead, no? Which one's lead? This one. So if we take some of this, we should be able to make some hardened glass, and I'll be right back. Alright, so to get the reservoirs, we would need to get into Ender.io, so that's going to be a little bit of a pass for right now. I think we'll just go with an aqueous accumulator if we have that. Do we have that in this version? I do not think we do. If I can type, it might help. This thing right here. So we do have it. So we need a bucket. We need a device frame. Ooh, that's nice and fancy sounding. Don't remember ever having device frames in thermal. Alright, so then we're going to need some iron gears. Ooh, why is that happening? I never made an iron gear. Okay, let's see. I will need to, because this is an Aether recipe. Let me fix this. I'm going to actually release a version of this probably when this episode's uploading, because this is a problem. I think what I'll do is for the iron ring, just add an iron nugget. All right, so I have quickly went ahead and made those changes to the recipes that will be released shortly. Let's get back to what we were doing. At thermal aqueous accumulator. I also changed the recipe for the gold ring as well, because that was also an issue. So the aqueous accumulator. Well, this accumulates aqua. There is actually a, what do you call it? Completely spaced. Industrial foregoing aqueous accumulator type block. The water condensator, which needs the exact same type of treatment. Placing, you know, 2 or more sides with source blocks of water will allow for you to gather water. This is, of course, not a very compact solution, but it will work. And another thing is we're probably using a lot of power. No, actually, we're not. This system is pretty decent still. So, what I want to do is I want to run some power lines just over against this wall. And we got to remember that over here is actually our water mill, or our lava mills. So, what do we need to do here? So, let's grab some leadstone flux ducts. I also do need to get some better flux ducts sooner or later. Like hardened. You know, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, we could just go and replace a lot of these, but for right now, we won't do that. All right, so what I want to do real quick is place down the aqueous accumulator, which we'll place down right here. And then we're going to grab some water. Do I have any buckets in the system? Does not look like it. So let's grab 4 buckets, and then we'll go upstairs and fill them. These cyclopses are annoying, but that's okay. So let's see. So let's just boop, boop. There we go. Get rid of him real quick. And we'll come downstairs and we'll put a bucket of water here, bucket of water here, and a bucket of water here. And you'll see that this will accumulate water. Perfect. Aqueous accumulator. And then what we can do is we can actually grab some stone real quick. And we can cover up these sides. Of course, we'll probably want this side to be available because we're going to put power here. But if we actually grab some stone covers from thermal, we can actually cover up this portion and probably that portion. All right. So fluid ducts is something else we're going to need, and we're probably going to need more than 2. Perfect. And a servo, because we need to extract water out of here. The next thing we're going to need is lava, which I already have us covered on that front. We'll just place that down right now. And let's get the igneous extruder. So I actually want to grab 2 of these. So we're going to need 2 10 gears, which means that we're going to need 2 machine frames. I almost said 10 frames, 2 machine frames. And we're going to then need 4 copper gears, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to need 2 redstone flux coils or reception coils. What are these called? Reception coils. I thought they were called flux coils for a second for some reason, but that's okay. I'll grab 2 of those. So the first one, we're just going to plop down here, and we're going to then feed water into this one. So this one, we are actually going to want the sedimentary rock, right? So we're going to want sand. I'm going to make glass first. And then I'm going to worry about cobblestone. I'm probably not going to worry about gravel as of current. If I need it in the future, I will worry about it. All right, so extruder. All right, so we want this extruder piece right here, which needs lead plates, a nickel gear, pyrotheum dust. Do I have? I thought I had pyrotheum dust. No, I have. Oh, I do have pyrotheum. Right? No, this is erothium, not pyrotheum. This is erothium, which needs blitz powder. Okay, and then we actually have niter in here. Perfect. And that'll give us this. Now we just need lead plates, and I believe this is an electrum piece, right? Yeah. All right. Let's bookmark that so I can actually keep clicking on it. And then lead plates, we're just going to do that method. I need to grab the hammer out of my backpack. And then boom, boom. And then we can just go and grab this. Perfect. I'll throw that in here after we upgrade it. All right. So we're just going to want some normal sand. And then we're going to need a bucket of lava. And probably to actually turn this because it's facing towards me, which means that water's not able to go in here. So there we go. And then clear the sides, and then right click, or the right side, right click, right side. Okay. And that'll generate sand. So then with the sand, we're going to want this to output to a drawer, right? Drawers are always a good idea, just so we have that external buffer of sand being there. Can't wait to get to auto crafting, honestly. All right, so this there, okay. And then we're going to want a redstone furnace. Maybe even a double furnace. I mean, I think a redstone furnace for now, because the double furnace is cool and all, but of course you cannot upgrade it. Keep that in mind. That's why I'm not really using a lot of Actually Edition stuff right now, is because it is very, very slow. And of course, I can use Ender IOs, Alloy Smeltery, I can use a few other things, and maybe in the future we will change this up to something different. Just for right now, since I don't have Grains of Affinity, and I have access to basically all the base materials, I'm just going to do Thermal. And we're going to need a machine frame, which means another 10 gear. And we should be at the machine frame piece. And perfect. Okay. And then here, we're going to clear auto input on the left side. And that'll start giving us glass. And of course, we'll want to just quickly get a drawer. And we'll want to put this right here. Perfect. Sounds perfect to me. And then we can lock both of these drawers once there's a piece of sand in here. Perfect. And we can then quantify these. Awesome. So that is this system done. Now I want to get stone, which I think I could probably put right here. Like right along these two. So let's actually clear this out. I guess I could have just used my hammer to clear those out instead of just breaking it, but that's okay. I think if you right-click with those, yeah, you can just remove them. And then just put, nope, not there. Right there. Nope, not there either. It's kind of hard to place these a little bit. Right there. Awesome. So this is going to be a stone generator, which I believe for stone, let's actually check here. It uses water. Okay, so maybe we want this over one. Let's just put this right here. Since this is just going to be one block, right? Keep that in mind. One block. So we're going to do that, and then take our bucket. Put a piece of lava in there. A little bit of lava. And we're going to then change this to stone, because we don't want basalt. Alright. Oh, you used lava. Let's see. I think that should have cleared the lava. And there we go. That should fix that. Perfect. And then we're only using water, of course. So then we can actually grab a drawer. Actually, I already have the recipe right here. And then we can grab a key here. So, of course, I will want to move these to a different location. Like, I want to push them into the system, right? I don't want them just straight up out here. And I think if we wanted to do that, using Actually Edition's lasers. Let's look up Actually and then laser. There are item lasers, fluid lasers, and energy lasers. These are all pretty cool, but we look like we need to get a few things before we can really work on that. So if we grab some advanced coils here, and then some energy lasers, and then we actually grab something we haven't used since I broke it, the Actually Editions. We want this thing, a redstone torch, and a button. Okay. So we're just going to put this, let's take off the cover. Put this here, do pulse, and put the button right there. And we're just going to do laser. So that'll go to fluid, and then fluid to items. All right? And then I have no idea how these work. I think we need an Actually Editions wrench, if I'm not mistaken, to actually toggle all of this stuff. Okay, so hold compass to modify. So if I wanted to... Actually, could I do this? I don't know if I could. I could. I can. I have an idea. A very cheeky idea, but it's an idea nevertheless. We don't have barrels in this version? No. Crate? I need something that'll open, because I want to be able to see that it's actually going in here. And then here to here. Okay, how do I set this stuff to be... Okay, give me a second. Let's actually grab a compass. I've not used a compass in this game in a minute, so let's see. Alright, let's also... I'm gonna need like a servo, right? Since we're right next to the terminal, I'll just use this. So servo, here, this, so nothing can go in here. And then, of course, we can just toss this stuff into the system. But why are you not... All right, I'm going to need the Actually Additions book. I don't know if it's in here, but I'm going to need to remember how lasers work, because I can't quite remember. Let's see. So just click to search lasers. Item lasers. Before the start, the item laser relay system is more complicated than its fluid energy counterpart. However, it's extremely powerful. When connecting an item laser relay to any block that stores or handles items, it will basically know about the slots they have. Doodly-doo. Okay, so that doesn't really tell me a whole lot. Item relay. Okay, what's this? Doodly-doo. Soon you'll find out sometimes you will need to white and blacklist what you actually want to go in a container. Advanced item relays, just to do that when right-click, configure whitelist. The inbound side basically means things that are trying to go in and out of the container. Okay, so we might need an advanced one. Is that what I'm hearing? I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. We can try it. Why not? What do we got to lose? Okay, so... we'd probably want to just blacklist outbound and whitelist everything on the other side. Or is that what I'm thinking? So inbound, I'm thinking glass and stone, which should be whitelisted. Okay, yeah, I've got nothing. Give me a minute. Okay, so I kind of want to explain why I'm not going to use these, and I think I kind of understand how these work. I guess when I used them previously, I didn't use them in this way. I think I might have only used energy lasers. But item lasers are a bit complicated, right? So if I throw a bucket in here, it goes into here and it goes into the first nearby inventory. You need to basically push into the item interface. So what that means is that once this first chest was full, you would have the ability to then move on to the second. Or you could take a compass and increase its priority by, let's just say, 1. Let's actually do this to 0 and this to 1. And we put this here. It's going in here. Okay? So you can see how this works. Basically, if we pushed items into the interface then would prioritize where this is going, right? So I'm pretty sure if I were to take this, and instead of spanning, cables across the actual room, we could do something a little bit more interesting. But we're not going to use them for extraction, basically. So if we actually go and grab this, and we go for item ducts, right? Kind of a cheesy system, and we go with a servo. We're probably going to need another servo. Okay. So we then can take the item ducts and push it into this item interface. Okay. So we're going to grab a relay, and we're going to connect these two things. And I'm not even 100% sure if this will work, but we're going to try. Just normal item ducts. Perfect. All right, and we turn this on and this on. All right, ignored, and we do a hammer. Will this even function? Okay, this doesn't work either. All right, so we're basically going to not do lasers. The way this works is basically it connects to inventories over the lasers, right? So if I have, you can make systems with this. There's quite a few other things you can do with this, but this whole thing will not work the way I want it to, I don't believe. Because you need to basically have something push into here, but then you need to have multiple inventories, which it's just kind of counterintuitive, right? So let's just clean this up. Let's get rid of this stuff. Oh, wait, that did actually work. Hold on. Let's actually it's because, you know why? I forget how slow these servos are. If we change the speed at which the servos actually push, that might help us. Right as I'm about to, like, take everything down. Okay. So if I do this again, do this, priorities do not matter. Okay, priorities might matter. Let's just make sure. Yeah, you can see items are being thrown in here at a decent pace, not really too quickly. But that is over laser, right? So we're not throwing this like massive thing over here. And we could probably figure out a way to do this, a little bit better. But I think this is just kind of cool incorporating this. Okay, so then what we're going to do is grab a drawer. Because I don't think I have a drawer for glass or stone. So let's just grab 2 of these. I don't think so, right? No stone? Okay. And then this. We'll just grab some stone out of here probably. And some glass out of here. There we go. Just throw it back in the system and it auto-populates these. That's pretty cool. All right, so then what we can do is turn this servo on, but I think I'm going to grab an electrum ingot real quick and give this an upgrade. Just pop it off so we can just have it a little bit more speedy. All right. And that is that. While I couldn't use the actual edition's lasers as much as I wanted to, and how I wanted to, I think this is fine. But with that, we've set up glass, we've set up stone, apples, and logs, and I think that is the end of this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I genuinely am enjoying this, and I cannot wait to see what comes in the future. I believe sooner or later we're going to get into Ender.io and its conduits and all of that stuff. but I kind of want to get some of our base materials set up: stone, glass, wood, and a few other things, and then probably get into auto crafting so we don't have to worry about a lot of the things we're doing, you know, recrafting sticks, planks, chests, all that stuff. We can auto craft that. So thank you guys, stay awesome, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.